as an organizer and volunteer with the Rolling Justice Bus and Sierra Club and Fair Vote Canada. You can't put this woman down. Hi everyone, I'm so happy to see so many of you, and there's no rain, yay! I visited one of the most beautiful regions of BC this summer, and I was blown away by the Peace River Valley. How many here have been up there? Ah, fair number. For those of you who haven't, put it on your bucket list. I joined 46 other folks on the Rolling Justice Bus, which is sponsored by the ecumenical group Kairos, to paddle the peace in solidarity with First Nations and local landowners who are being evicted. And all I can say is that the Peace River watershed is amazing. You know, there are forests as far as the eye can see. There's fish, there's animals that are sustained by this huge, long, winding river. The First Nations, who are so proud of their treaty rights and continue to defend their land and their river so that they will be sustained, right, for generations. So, like you, I'm here today to defend what I love. And our legislature is going to open in an hour, and the Premier is going to outline her vision of BC, and guess what the crown jewel is? LNG. Yes, but also, mainly, I think, Site C, okay? But it is no jewel. I saw what they're doing, and I saw the Bennett Dam, and Site C is an ugly, dirty, earth-fill megadam, and it belongs in the past. The Premier's vision is not my vision. Is it yours? No. And maybe she can't see. You're right. Did you know that it's going to cost taxpayers $9 billion, and that's a $5,000 debt for each BC household? And we're going to hold that debt for 70 years. And Hydro already owes $76 billion. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I asked Steve the other night, are you sure that's billion, not million? He said billion. And our hydro rates are forecast to go up by 28%. So we must stop the bleeding now. And imagine what every city and town in BC could do with its share of $9 billion. What would Victoria do? What would First Nations do? What would Esquimalt do? What would Souk do with its share of $9 billion? $9 billion could fund 54 secondary schools and many new hospitals across BC. The Premier's vision is not my vision because it's only going to provide short-term, temporary jobs in a few local communities. Hydro has a surplus of power and there are much cheaper alternatives. Imagine instead the long-term local jobs that could be created if $9 billion was invested in conservation, wind, solar, and geothermal. Give me time. And what about food security? I don't think Christy Clark cares. That valley could feed 1 million people. And we import half of our food. I mean, what's your food bill like every month? And lastly, her vision is not mine because she's forced Treaty 8 First Nations into the courts again to defend their land and water. She talks reconciliation. I think it's bullshit. And I saw firsthand, like we all did, the bitter, sorrow-filled words that First Nations have engraved on the walls of the Bennett Dam Visitor Center, and they're heartbreaking. And I felt ashamed and disgusted. But today is not a day of mourning. We gather to honor a different vision of BC to show our fierce love for all that's precious. You can see it on the signs and the hearts. And when I get down, and I do sometimes, I just listen to First Nation leaders like Grand Chief Stuart Phillip and Chief Don Tom, who just spoke. And I pull up my socks. And I do it in good company. I've discovered that I love to wave a banner over a highway. Have you ever tried it? It is neat. And we get out there and the cars start honking, and it's a wonderful way to cheap way to get your message across. And we canvass and we organize the vigil that's going to happen here tomorrow at 12 noon, led by my Buddhist Sangha. And
you
most of
sidled up to
I know. Be quiet.
I don't want to do this to 5 minutes.
I'm almost finished. It reminds me though, what are you going to do on May 9? The polls show that voters are fed up with the Liberal Party's arrogance, dishonesty, greed, and financial mismanagement. And it's time to put BC citizens first, once and for all, ahead of corporate profit. And it's time to bring in electoral reform in BC. So we don't have to keep fighting these endless battles over and over. So our land and our water are sacred, and when they are defiled, we must stand up and... Oh! Thank you.
Got it. Thank you, Terry. Okay, and the next speaker is Galen Armstrong, who is a campaigner for Sierra Club BC, and there he is. Galen.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Terry. Terry's amazing. I was tempted just to let her take my time, but I guess I'll take some of it. My name's Galen. I'm the Peace Valley campaigner with Sierra Club BC. And first I want to give a shout out to everyone here with a sign. I love all these beautiful signs. I especially want to direct attention over to Finn and Dion. If you would hold up your signs. They made some awesome signs. Finn is one of our youngest Sierra Club BC volunteers. And it's so inspiring to have kids like him who really get it and understand what we're fighting for. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now, as we all know. I could say that we have a crowd of 3 to 5 million people, and you know, some might, we probably do. They're not all here today. It's important to remember why we fight, and so I love that we're coming together with red hearts and talking about what we love. Terry spoke so eloquently about the Peace River Valley. We're talking about the coast that we love here. We're talking about our rivers and streams. There's so much that's worth fighting for, and we know it, and that's why we have to keep coming back, and we have to keep fighting, especially in these times. We're fighting so that we can fulfill our basic needs. We're water protectors. We need to be able to drink water. We need everybody here to be able to drink water. We need water free of bitumen, free of fracking chemicals, and we need water that flows freely without a $9 billion megadam stopping it. And so what connects us is incredibly strong. It's love and it's justice. And what Butch Dick was talking about at the beginning, it's freedom. It's these basic values that we're fighting for. It's these people all around us here and beyond. It's people we don't know, including people who have different politics than us across the province and across the country and beyond. And it's us, ultimately, who will be paying for these terrible projects. For Site C, we talk about the $9 billion project. It's probably going to be more like $14 billion if it's built. Every day that we go on without halting construction, we're wasting millions and millions more. It's going to save us so much money if we stop it tomorrow, if we stop it next week, or if we stop it in May. And we have to be clear, the government plans to give away the electricity from Site C for less than it costs to produce. I have to look at my paper because it's like, how can that be true? It makes no sense. People are always asking me, so why are we building the Site C dam? Why are we putting in this giant earthen dam? There must be a good reason if the government wants to do it. There's not. Look at the websites, read about it. There's no good reason. It's a project in search of a consumer, in search of a buyer. they keep changing their mind on what the power is for. Is it for LNG? Well, we don't have an LNG industry, so I guess not. Is it for the tar sands? Maybe if we sell it cheap enough and lose enough money and go into 70 years of debt. That's what it's going to be. BC Hydro will be in debt for 70 years. If we build Site C, that's all of us in debt for at least 70 years. Now let's go back to love and positivity. I'm proud that Sierra Club BC is joining up with Raven Trust and joining up with the Tsleil-Waututh First Nation and the Coldwater First Nation we have launched Pull Together 2.0. So for those of you who participated in Pull Together 1, we raised $600,000 for First Nations fighting Enbridge Northern Gateway. Those nations won! They won! We stopped Enbridge by working together, and we're going to do the same with Kinder Morgan. Where's Clarice? There's Clarice. Clarice there is an organizer with Pull Together. Please talk to her. We need you, so we're asking all of you to organize fun events to raise money for these First Nations that are fighting Kinder Morgan in court. Hold a barbecue, do an open mic night, invite your friends over and make soup and ask for $2, do anything. It all adds up and we're going to win again. Are you sidling up to me?
Totally, I'm siding up.
Okay. All right. Repeat after me. We will protect the Peace River Valley.
We will protect the Peace River Valley.
We will protect the Skeena River.
We will protect the Skeena River.
And we will defend the coast we love. Thank you.
Thank you.
Woo-hoo! Thanks very much, Galen. Lovely. Okay, and our next speaker from the Dogwood UVic Club is Ariel Houghton. Ariel, thank you.
Hello everyone. I see some big beautiful hearts out there. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for bringing what you love about BC out here on the legislature. Thank you. So I'm going to address the elephant out here, and I'm going to say that a lot of you are probably feeling a little bit pissed off. Is that right? Yeah, and you have all the right to be, with old growth logging, Kinder Morgan, with blatant disregard for First Nations rights. You have every right to be. As a student, I'm feeling pretty upset as well. I was just on exchange in Mexico, and while I was there, Trudeau approved Kinder Morgan. Trump was elected president. And peaceful protesters at Standing Rock were being blasted by frozen water, rubber bullets, and tear gas. Most of all, I felt really powerless among angry, upset. At 2,500 miles away, I felt that I was in a country at the time that people were so upset. The government was so corrupt. People were fraud was such a norm that people didn't even see a point in voting anymore. And actually 42 students went missing a couple years ago for protesting. So I didn't even know where to start. I didn't even know what I could do so far away from all the things, horrible things that were happening in the world at that time, happening right now. And I felt like it probably would be easier just to sit back and let everything just happen, maybe hopefully things will be okay. Let's see if everything will just play out. And you know what, for a moment, that's exactly what I did. But, here we are right now. Here we are back on the legislature, and things might not be as bad as they are in Mexico, but I have to say there are some pretty scary similarities, wouldn't you say? Yeah, so that's why I'm here right now. That's why I'm here in front of all of you today, because there are things that we can do. Not one, but many ways that we can fight the hatred that's breeding in the world right now. And one of those things is with Dogwood Citizens Initiative. So I'm a volunteer with Dogwood. And if you haven't heard of the Citizens Initiative yet, it's a powerful political tool that no other province in Canada has. It's a powerful political tool that we can use to stop the permits politicians are issuing to allow Kinder Morgan to build its pipeline. And it's a powerful tool that we can use to let citizens write their own legislation and take back our power for the people, not politicians. That's take back the power for our future. So, if you have, please, after the end of this rally, find your dogwood volunteer. They should be wearing shirts. They're over in the back there, and they will be there with official BC Elections BC registration forms. Our goal is to reach 100 canvassers in every single riding. That's the amount of canvassers that we need to reach every single British Columbian that wants the right to vote on pipelines and that wants to stop the expansion of tankers here on BC's beautiful Salish Sea. Thank you so much. And I think with all of the things, the horrible things that are happening in the world right now, I just want to say that I feel very, very lucky to be alive. I think that there are so many, like I said, so many sad and scary and a lot of political instability, but I think it's pretty crazy because we are on the tipping point of a social justice and environmental revolution. And I want to tell the Christy Clarks, the Trudeaus, and the Trumps of the world exactly what it is what we love. Thank you so much for coming out today, and please sign up to say yes to keeping our BC oceans blue and to making a difference and showing us what you love. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ariel. It is an amazing time to be alive. So our last speaker is Torrance Cost from the Wilderness Committee. Torrance.
All right. I can see your signs. I can see your red jackets. Let's hear a bit more of your voices. Come on, make them hear you inside. Let's hear it again for the other speakers and for Jackie, who's keeping it moving this afternoon. All right, we're here today because we know that the Kinder Morgan pipeline, that every one of these LNG pipelines, LNG pipe dreams, is absolutely incompatible with a safe, healthy climate, with a safe, clean coastline. We're here today because we know that the Site C Dam is an absolute travesty, that flooding farmland, that flooding Indigenous territory is unacceptable in 2017. The forest, it's gutting the communities that depend on these forests, and we're here today because we're doing all of this in violation of the rights and authority of the First Nations of this province is unacceptable. And we're right here today because in about 25 minutes that building is about to fill up with a bunch of cowards who don't give a shit about any of that. We're here to show them that enough is enough, that this election is the one that things are going to change, and that we're going to stand up for what we love, because growth at the expense of every other thing in this province, at the expense of clean water, at the expense of communities, at the expense of ecological communities, of First Nations, of a healthy climate, has got to end. This is a crazy strategy, and continuing to move forward with growth at all costs is absolutely ridiculous. It's not working for this climate, it's not working for our environment, it's not working for us. So what can you do? You can come to events like this, get in touch with all the groups, be it Pull Together, be it the Citizens Initiative folks at Dogwood, the Wilderness Committee, a bunch of my colleagues are here. Come out, get involved with our events, get in behind, follow the leadership of your First Nations. We heard from Chief Don Tom a few minutes ago. This province is full of proud, powerful leaders who are working for their people, not at the expense of their people. Every one of them is with a First Nation, not with the BC government. Follow their leadership. Do everything you can to support them. May 9th, get out and vote. This couldn't be more important. Put push your candidates on their policies. Ask them where they stand on every single one of these issues. Ask them what the plan is for forestry in 2025, in 2030, when the old growth is gone. Ask them why they're not standing up for this industry, for the workers in this industry. Ask what their grandchildren are going to do in a climate that's unlivable if we keep going forward with projects like Kinder Morgan, with industries like LNG. So again, you know, we've had a great line of speakers. We're going to sing, we're going to chant. I might get us started on that. I've got one that's not on your list, but just follow along with me, all right? So repeat after me. We believe. We believe that. We believe that. We believe that we. We believe that we. We believe that we will win. 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 I say climate, you say justice. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. I say climate, you say justice. Climate. Justice. Climate. Justice. We believe that. We believe that. We believe that we will win. 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 Thanks so much. Thanks for being here.
Thanks very much, Torrance. I'm a press secretary to Premier Misty Bark, a very special guest who will join us in just a moment. Now, we've had some bad press the last little while, and it's been a deep concern to us, particularly the hacking scandal last week. But we have some alternate facts to share with you. And Premier Bark. Now, Premier Bark never lies. She's honest as the day is long.
Oh, hello, everyone. Oh, my goodness. So much love in the air. Oh, and I love environmentalists. I hope you love me. Yeah. So, you know, today is my big day. It's a throne speech, and I have some announcements to make. And when I make announcements, I like to wear my hard hat and my safety vest. Well, actually, sometimes I like to wear a First Nations motif. It helps me feel authentic. I am the only candidate from Premier with integrity, and I have proved it with my fundraising ability. Now, maybe you can't trust me to get you a family doctor, and maybe you can't trust me to support public education. Maybe you can't trust me to produce 100,000 LNG jobs, but you can trust me with your money. Yeah. We Liberals stand for a strong economy, and that's why we're going to increase your MSP premiums. We're increasing your ICBC rates. And yes, we're going to increase your hydro bills. Because we've got some mega projects that need your money. So I have some more announcements that'll keep us on track. I'm going to keep holding fundraisers. They're fun. And I make lots of money. Anyways, where is it? Sorry. Lots of money. And we have an election to fight. We need that money. My slogan is donors, not voters. Donors, not voters. And I'm going to continue to smooth with billionaires from other countries who want to buy our stuff, because we got lots of good stuff. And we'll keep shipping raw logs, nice old ones, grandmother trees. And LNG will happen over your dead bodies, and Kinder Morgan too. But hey guys, it's not illegal to support big business. Honest. And I am not fiscally irresponsible. In fact, I'm an awesome financial manager. Site C is amazing. No need for the power, huge cost, can't afford it. But what a legacy for our children and their children to pay off. Well, your children, anyway, your children. And this Big Earth Dam East, like 20 fast ferries. Let's talk about permanent job creation. There will be, hear me, 28 permanent jobs when this dam is finished. Oh my God, sound economics, my friend, sound economics. And I love jobs, I really love jobs. That tug that sank up on the coast, world-class response, world-class. We couldn't get anywhere near it for days. because of the high seas. It spilled fuel all over the frigging place, but all the jobs that it created, wow! And you know, I believe in my heart of hearts that the whales can learn to keep away from the mess until it gets cleaned up. So no hidden agenda there. All the new tankers on the coast, there's jobs for cleanup, and jobs for this, and jobs for that. Jobs, jobs, jobs. I love the economy. I made it up myself. One last thing. I see lots of hearts and love out there. So I say to you folks, get your love priorities straight. Social services, healthcare, education, conservation of wild places, First Nations treaty rights, renewable energy, they're for losers. Let's focus this election on what's important. Big business. Let's make BC great again. You like that slogan? I made it up. I made it up. I am the best candidate for premier. I don't lie. I don't manipulate. I'm not untrustworthy. And I'm certainly not corrupt. It's all going to be good. It's all going to be good. All going to be good. Tremendous. I love LNG. I love sightseeing. I love clear cuts, and I love Kinder Morgan. And most of all, I want to feel your love on election day. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Premier Burke. There'll be no questions.
Okay, folks, so now we're going to circle up. Right here, we're going to make a circle, maybe a double or a triple circle. And Tia Ben is going to lead you in a little bit of singing before we form the heart. Okay, so right in front here, on the grass, a circle facing inwards.